Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 84 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online. As you noticed, my intro is still messed up. I didn't have time to fix it this week. I had a very busy week, both in EVE and at work, so I didn't have time to fix it. And my wife didn't either, because she was the one that made it. So me fixing it is actually me asking my wife to fix it. Now let's go with the progress report. As you can see, my net worth plus that of the corporation is now 174 billion ISK. If you go at the tracker here, you can see that there's a progression. There was a drop because I did record a point earlier during the week. I'll explain to you in a few seconds, but overall we're still above what was there last week. You can see, if you like this chart here, that you don't see the little dip. You can see that we are about 6 billion more than last week. So what happened? What was the story behind this little drop? We got AWOX this week. Our IT guy, who was with us since Pureblind, who was a person that was known to one of our ex-director that left after the Geminate campaign. He was working with us doing IT mostly, almost exclusively. He wasn't really flying with the Alliance, but he was maintaining our Alliance portal, our Discord server, like taking care of all of our IT stuff. We've noticed after our move to Catch and us joining Wrecking Crew, we've noticed a few times that he was on comm while not being actually flying with Corp. He was on comm with his alt during operation that we were doing. After one specific operation in VOL-MI, or VOL-ME, or whatever, however you pronounce that, the Wrecking Crew Coalition FC got headshotted and by Northern Coalition, and right after the op we saw his character leave fleet, but we also saw his main that was within the Northern Coalition fleet. So piecing that information together, plus a few other things that we had observed before, we actually discovered that he was sending information to Northern Coalition. Since he was the IT guy, we had another person in Corp get admin access on our Alliance Hot server, and we've noticed that another person that was not in our Alliance had admin access there and shouldn't have. And a few other things that were a little bit fishy. So what we did is remove most of his role, actually all his role that I could see easily, that we removed. But I probably did forget some. Well, I definitely did forget something or missed something. And when we confronted him, even though he said no, I didn't do anything, at the same time he started. He had an account. He had access to an account that was a structure admin. So a structure admin, what it can do is it can remove structure fitting. It can remove rigs. It can't do that much. It can't transfer ownership of structure, and he doesn't have access to any wallet, but he still have access to fuel bay and to stuff like that. So what he started doing was removing, like when he saw that he was burnt as a spy, he started to do as much damage as he could. He started transferring station module to his account, started ripping off rigs. We other officer that were online, I was asleep at the time, but other officer that were online managed to basically remove the module before him, so that he wasn't able to steal that much. And they stopped the damage he could do before he could do too much. All in all, we lost about, say, like 170 to, so that's 13 billion from the where we were before to where we were after. So that's 13 billion damage that he did. Out of those 13 billion, I would say that it's about, well, it's definitely like 7 billion worth of rigs that he destroyed, and the rest is module that he took. Most, I would say that's where it is, module fuel that he managed to take. So that's a bit shitty, but hey, we mean structure admin is something, any rights, when you're a CEO, any rights that you delegate in your corp, it's always a risk. So either like the no risk situation is you handle everything yourself. I got a 300 people alliance to manage. I can't do everything myself. So I do have a director. I do have officers that have access to structure, that can fit a structure. If somebody's anchoring a structure, he is able to put a module in it. I mean, I don't have 15 structure admin in group, but I do have some. Why the IT guy add them? Some historical reason in there. He was at a point, he was director. He was with us for a long time. I think that the change in our foreign policy when we became part of Wrecking Crew probably was what motivated this change of allegiance. Could I have done something differently? Well, I definitely could have been better at finding out the right that he has. I don't know how he managed to take those. I don't know. Like, did he use another account that I didn't spot, or did he use some right that he had on an ECL to re-give himself some right? I'm not sure exactly how he managed to do it. I was pretty sure I had everything under control. But again, he was director for a while, so he might have created backdoors. The most damaging part of what he did was our Alliance portal and Discord server, where he basically trashed the entire Discord server. And since we don't know exactly what he had on the Alliance portal, we kind of had to consider it was compromised, so we had to glass the thing. So we lost our Alliance portal, our Discord server, and we lost a little bit of money within a day. And also, since he took all the fuel from the station, all the station went to low power for a little window. Wrecking Crew was very helpful in that, like they help us a lot through this crisis, because we managed to use the coalition comm. They made a section for our guys in the coalition Discord so that we can gather until we can reinstall our own portal and our own Discord. So at least we had comm. And they offered some fuels and some modules. So, and really, I mean, they really help us a lot. And the guys from our team, the officer crew and everything, we had people donating module, rebuying what was destroyed, what was stolen. So within a day, everything was running back to normal in game. Every destroyed rig have been replaced. So overall, it's kind of a non-event. The only thing that is still being fixed as of now is we are rebuilding an Alliance hot portal and a Discord server. They are well advanced. I think that if all goes according to plan, they should be up and running end of the weekend, maybe early next week. So, I mean, I would say that's a growing pain in an alliance. He could have done probably a lot more damage if he would have waited a little bit, because there's not that much damage. He didn't have access to that much so far, so the damage he could do was limited. I mean, it happened, and as they say, already replaced. So that's pretty much it. What was funny that some people from some CEO that I won't name are trying to recruit our member, like, oh, you don't have stability in there. I think that the people that are with us still at this point have been through a lot worse than losing a few rigs. So, and they are here because here it's fun, not because here it's easy. You don't join the vampire because you choose the easy path to go crab under a frat cap umbrella. You choose the vampire because our story is fun and because we are a cool group to fly with, and that's pretty much it. So, I mean, whatever. If somebody want to try to play Vulture, I trust my member enough that they won't listen to some idiot trying to poach them. Anyway, that's pretty much it for that specific event. Now, what else happened this week? HR, yeah, I'll go back to the normal format. HR, we did use that situation to do another member cleanup from inactive member, people that weren't in pocket and everything. So right now we are at 296 member. And what you can see again is that these members are actually very active. Like, okay, here, that's about 50% of the corp that has been there for the past today, logged in today. A little more, maybe 60% of the corp. And the rest have been there like this week. So the last 7 days, probably like the last 24 hours. So like at least 80% of the corp have been there this week, have logged in this week. And I would say everybody is under 30 day now. So this is we're at this point. The people that are in corp are really part of our core group. We did clean up everybody that was an alt of somebody that were the main. Like we used to be more alt friendly than we are at this point. I mean, again, the harsh reality of the Eve life is coming to us, so we're not as alt friendly as we used to be. So people that had alt in people that had moved their main in Winter Crow and stuff were no longer leaving these people with alts in WOMP. We don't want to get into a situation like we were before with people feeling it's too easy to spy on com and everything like that. I mean, still relatively easy to put a spy in any corporation in this game except the most closed one. We're still a new bureau friendly corp, but we kind of expect now that the people that are joining us are going to be main and they're going to be flying with us full time, not part-time, I log in once a week type of member. So that's pretty much it for HR. Our number are still growing. We are getting recruit. Our alliance portal is being rebuilt, and that's the main support for our ESI. So people that have applied to corp, they might get a day or two delay before their application is processed as we are rebuilding the portal. But I mean, we haven't stopped recruiting, and we are still going to continue recruiting even because we still want to grow like any other corp in game, but we do have a little higher standard than we have before. We're still new brew friendly, but we ask people to fly with us, be in pocket, be on com, participate in alliance fleet and coalition fleet. So these are all things that are expected from our member. But again, we provide a lot of fun if somebody join our group. So that's pretty much it for the HR part. Situation update, where we are right now. We have claimed the entirety of our constellation. So all of this, if you want the entire constellation here is... We have claimed every system. This one here, with the agreement we had, this one will stay with Dread Bombs, but with Dread Bomb, the rest the rest of the system I have them under control at this point. We haven't claimed the TCU yet, so I need to contact Dread Bomb to actually, so we can arrange some time to flip those TCUs. But all in all, we have finished securing the space. We're still raising the ADM a little bit at some places, and we're at a point where we are actually optimizing our structure setup. But we do have dock up in pretty much every system. I think there's only one in the entire constellation where we don't have a dock up yet, and it's going to come sometime next week, obviously, because we do like to be able to dock up everywhere in system. So that's pretty much it. War this week was actually pretty calm. We did go to a few coalition fleet. I'll give you like one battle report from a coalition fleet where we had a pretty decent show up. And these, as member of the coalition, these types of fleet get ping often. So you will get, okay, we spotted a work somewhere, and then they will ping, and bunch of people form up and we go hunt whatever is tagged. So this is an example of one of these fleet where we do a flash form and we go hunt Oracle. So this was a good example of one that went pretty well this week. So we got some like that. Sometimes they end up with a blue ball. Sometimes they end up with like the Oracle getting away before we can get to it. But more often than not, they end up with they often end up with kills too. So that's why we do them. Aside from that, there was some big fight in Fountain where we were formed up, but the enemy didn't show up. So that's part of the deal too. So all in all, I would say that the general war situation wasn't that great this week. Well, it wasn't that busy, not that great, but that busy. We weren't that busy this week. Anyway, check our kill board if you want. Me personally, I didn't have that good a week because I just lost a Gila while I was preparing this video. I was zoning out, and again, the big rule of Eve is don't be in space when you're doing something else. I didn't follow that rule. I lost a Gila. Shit happened. And not my first and not gonna be my last. I'm still 21% dangerous, so I'm still not that bad. It does hurt a little bit my rating here because a Gila is expensive, but whatever. I mean, all in all, I'm still got a decent kill board. Well, another kill board warrior anyway. For me, I don't claim to be a great PvP pilot. The 71% dangerous that you can see here on my character is I'm dangerous because I will bring people to kill you. Pretty much that's where my danger come from. My dangerous rating come from. good. So that's pretty much it for the war. Industry. There was a really, really great announcement today in Eve News about industry, and they are bringing in moon ore and gas compression, which is gonna be pretty sweet for industrialists because you were kind of stuck having to refine your moon GUIN station. You couldn't optimize, or either that, or you would have to spend like a ton of ISK to get the refining rig at every moon station. So this one is going to be great for industry. It makes a Tatara so much more interesting right now because you get a all-in-one stop for all refining, all reaction. It does make, for me, it does kind of light the flame again of the industry because I was kind of focusing on ratting nowadays more than industry. So it does gonna make things interesting. One thing that our own industrial setup is actually getting pretty sweet now. We do have in pocket all types of refining at T2, so asteroid, ice, and moon ore. So we got the three types of refining at T2. We can build fuel block at T2, so that's the structure rig that we have. And we are working on adding more rigs. Obviously, we did have the little setback here where these rigs have already been replaced. So we do get a setup that is actually getting efficient. What we do want to start this week is reaction. I have a little. I have it here. I do make this little chart here with all the intermediate reaction, and the green chart here is what we're actually pulling in pocket right now as material. So we have a few reactions that we can do with stuff that we're mining in pocket already. So my goal this week is to have a composite reactor running, and at some point rig for material efficiency so that we can get efficient reaction running in pocket. That's the goal, the industrial goal this week. We are not at the point where we were in Pure Blind, where we were building cap and had our own market hub, but we're getting there at a much faster pace than what I anticipated. I would say that our rebuilding is going a lot faster than what I thought initially. At the pace where we're going, I think that in about 2 months we'll be equivalent to our Pure Blind peak in terms of facility. Obviously, if everything keeps going at this pace, and if there's no if we don't get evicted, if whatever can happen in Eve, so I mean that's the reality of the game. But we're still in a pretty good progression path, so that's gonna be interesting. So that's pretty much it for the state of our alliance this week. My own what I'm doing with Tanak is working on getting in myself into a Tengu. So I got almost finished, completed all skill to 3, and I'm starting training to 4. And then we'll go to 5 because you no longer lose skill point when you die in a Tengu. So that's my personal goal in game. What else? Well, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Looking what we're looking for next week. Again, I told you flipping the TCUs is going to be one thing. Getting a composite reaction at least going in pocket is going to be a number 2. Obviously, one of our priority is getting our hot portal and new Discord server back online. and again, continuing our path, continuing to grow, and most of all, having fun. What I would like is getting a lot of people, more people in Coalition Fleet. Uh, our member have been crabbing a little bit, which is understandable after what happened in Geminate. But I do want to get more regular presence into Coalition Fleet, so I'm gonna beat the war drum a little more to get our people fighting. And if you're watching other shows, apparently Wrecking Crew is gonna get involved in some more fighting in the short term. So obviously, well, it looks like we're gonna have a lot more content coming our way, which is good. Which is, I mean, you don't play this game to look at rock the entire day. You want some action occasionally too. So hopefully we'll get some interesting fight out of this. Anyway, hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed, and see you next week. Bye bye.